Alright, hey YouTube. I am on my new Hammer H3 first ride. I got on it for like 10 seconds before and it's taken me forever to figure out this live stream, but I think I got it now. I feel like every time I do this they change something about how it works. So I just wanted to, I'm just doing kind of a recovery ride. Last week, the Train Like a Pro week, definitely took a toll, so I'm taking it easy today. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to go live for a little while, not too long, but a little while, and kind of share my thoughts with moving from a wheel-on trainer to a direct drive, and you can kind of see my reactions to things as it's happening. Let's see where are we at today. UCI course. I don't know if this is Richmond or I don't know. So if you get a chance, let me know what kind of trainer you guys use, direct drive or wheel on or some other type of contraption. I can say my first impression is it's obviously a lot quieter, which makes me just think about nothing but how loud my drivetrain is. So it's mildly frustrating. Hopefully it sounds good out there. I don't know if my audio is coming through 100%. I'm just using the laptop. I was trying to get all fancy and figure out how to get my HDMI cable hooked up with my GoPro or my Garmin Verb, one of the two, and I couldn't get that to work, so back to just the laptop. And the webcam. Sorry, after I started talking about my laptop, I remembered I better probably plug it in before we get too far down this path. Alright, now I turn the fan on. I don't know if that's pretty bad or not. My guess is it's not so great, audio-wise. My big concern. Okay. Maybe that's okay. Alright, so anyway, if you're just tuning in, I'm just riding along on Zwift, testing out my brand new Hammer H3 trainer. This is the first ride on it. I thought I'd give you my reaction sort of in real time. I don't really have a plan for today other than just around 2 watts per kilo, just 2.5 maybe, just a recovery ride just to loosen my legs up from last week. If you did not watch last week, I was doing Train Like a Pro week, so I ended up knocking down 20 hours on the bike. I should figure out how much was indoors, outdoors. Most of it was outdoor. And I feel really good. I'm not too sore. In the beginning of the week, I was really mindful of what I was eating, and felt like I was going to lose a little bit of weight. But toward the end of the week, I did not pay attention to what I was eating, so I was eating a bunch of junk. It didn't cost me anything. I didn't lose any weight or gain any weight. What's interesting is, you know, I'm sure a lot of us think, well, if I get behind the 8 ball on nutrition, I'll just do a huge week of training and drop some weight, which is probably true when it's beer and, you know, really not good stuff, but I didn't lose any weight, even with 20 hours of training, so, which is okay. That was absolutely not the goal, but I thought it was enlightening nonetheless that the races are won in the kitchen. So I've been thinking more about doing meal prep video, because I've found, you know, keeping track of nutrition is difficult for me. But the one thing I seem to I can control is if I make food in advance, I'm much less likely to eat junk on any given day. So lately I've been making a soup and then a homemade bread. And the homemade bread is really good for toasting, and I make kind of almost like little croutons that goes in the soup. So it's a squash soup and then a homemade bread. And I put some salt. There's salt in the soup anyway, but I put some salt on the last minute, and then it tastes really, really good. So that's a good mix. I put some milk in there, so it's not vegan, but it could be if you bought soy milk or almond milk or something like that. So, okay, I'm gonna try just coasting, and then picking it up again, and that's really the difference. That is a huge, huge difference with the wheel on and the wheel off. These direct drive trainer, especially the H3, which is why I went with this one, just has that big old heavy flywheel to keep pushing the inertia and give you a more realistic feel. And I feel like it's night and day different from the wheel on trainer that I just sold on eBay. Got a couple questions on how much I sold that for. I ended up getting $330 for the Magnus trainer that I used for 2 years. So what are those, like 600 new? Maybe 550? I don't even remember. So that's not a huge loss. I definitely got 2 years worth, or $250, $300 worth of use out of it, that's for sure. Can you hear me? Can somebody just shoot a comment quick and let me know that my audio is working? Feel free to not be a creeper and leave a comment. There's not, I think we're on Richmond, right? Yeah, this must be Richmond, but there's like no hills on Richmond, so, or I gotta navigate to one, I should say. So I really kind of want to get the feel for the hill climbing and the descending. So somebody, when I was shopping for this, oh thanks guys, appreciate it. When I was shopping for this trainer, another thing somebody mentioned was that it's good for, or I should say not this particular trainer, but wheel on versus direct drive, that the direct drive will give you a much better downhill experience, so you don't have to play catch up to the group as hard when you're going downhill, because if you've been Zwifting long, that you know that going downhill is really a make or break moment. You can absolutely drop people on the downhills if you hit it hard and leave them in the dust if they're not ready for that. If they're looking forward to that like real life, like a little rest, they're in for a surprise. Okay. I can't get over how much quieter it is. I mean, that is not news. I mean, that's what everybody talks about, but what a difference. This feels way more like riding a bike than pushing a trainer. And at first, I didn't like how I felt like it wobbled back and forth a little bit. But now I'm getting used to that. And then the other day when I set it up, I was like, oh, I don't think I'd ever do a rocker plate. But I feel like now that I'm getting used to it, I think I'd like to try a rocker plate. I think my bike shop is getting one of the Ceres rocker plates for one of my teammates, and either he or the shop has offered to let me try it. Scott, yeah. Yeah, man, I was really giving it a look to go for a smart bike right off the bat and skip the step of going from wheel on directly to the whole kit and the caboodle with the Wahoo or tax bike. I just couldn't, I don't know. That's just too much money. I think I'll get there someday. Oh, I'm going harder than I want to. Okay. I think I'll get there someday, but I'm not in a rush to spend that much money right now. As you may have heard, I'm starting a new company. Hopefully, you guys have heard that. But the name of it is up in the corner. I did like an hour and a half research on streaming stuff today. Oh man. Yeah. Scott, that actually did cross my mind for sure. Is that I'm gonna wait till, given their track record of, or the whole industry's track record of maybe pushing products out the door before they're ready. I think I'll give it a little patience. Yeah. So, forgot what I was saying before that, but that's okay. Oh, the socks, followhollow.com. So, that's the one thing I figured out, was how to put a logo, sort of. I didn't even do that quite right. Up in the corner. I'd like to do it on a clear PNG, but I couldn't figure that out. And then the other day I bought a green, well actually I already had it, I didn't buy it, but I have a green screen. I thought about doing that, but I don't know how I'm going to cover this vent or that grate back there. Huge problems, guys. Huge, huge. So just to touch base with everybody, we're just doing a JRA ride, just riding along, testing out the Hammer H3, getting the feel for it, brand new, first ride on it. So these things are, a couple things I like about the Hammer. I think the price point, getting at $1,000, is pretty critical, and they deliver that. Another thing I like about it, huge flywheel. From what I was reading, that helps give you a more realistic feel. Third thing I like about it, Wisconsin-based company. So if I have a problem, I mean, I can always just run it down there. It's 2 hours away from my house. Get it serviced, whatever it is. I race with at least one guy that works there, so always nice to support the hometown. Okay, things I didn't like about it was I felt like I might be missing something in regards to the tax rumbling of the road surface and stuff like that. So I thought that might be a bummer. But then I thought more about it. You know, my goal here is to train for the summer, not to be a full-time indoor bike rider. So I kind of let that go. And then if that's the case, focusing on what's important, that's the most realistic ride feel I can get regardless of the road surface. So in the end, that's why I picked the Hammer. And I haven't spent a considerable amount of time on other direct drive products, so I can't give you a whole lot of insight, and I'm not nearly as important as GP Llama or DC Rainmaker, so no one's knocking down my door to send me free stuff to try. I'm happy to send it back. I just want to try it. Okay, so listening. Whew. All right, so this 3, I've been doing 3 here for a little bit, 3.8. I gotta say, feels a lot easier than the 3.8 with a wheel on trainer. Like, I'm able to talk. I don't know that I could talk much at 3 watts per kilo on the old trainer. You know, a watt is a watt. I guess till it's not. Oh, nailed it. Poetry. Poetry. Alright, well, I'm not doing a pro week, so I won't have a video out every day. I'll miss you guys. I was going to do a meal prep video. On a rice dish. Somebody had a great comment the other day. If I keep doing meal prep videos, I might change my channel to briandavisraces. I love that one. Not my joke. Not my joke. Somebody else's, but it's brilliant. Okay, anyway. briandavisraces. Get it? Because I'd make food with rice in it. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate the comments. Whew. See you, man. Alright, what are you guys up to today for rides? Are you going indoor, outdoor? Zwift, Trainer Road? Outdoor today in Wisconsin is miserable. It's like 40-mile-an-hour wind and rain. Hey, John Lester. Yeah, this is my first ride. I feel like I do like it a lot. So, a fun fact about our commenter there, John Lester. He is on my team. And I heard through the grapevine that he breaks a trainer once per year and just wrecks the welds. Oh my gosh. That boy crazy. NICA coaching. Alright, Johnny. Go be a positive influence. I'm going to teach my class tonight. Entrepreneurship class at the local tech college. Help people start their businesses. Whew. Although some days I wonder if I'm doing them a disservice. Okay. Oh, here's a hill. Okay. Yay, hill. I'm going to try shifting around a little bit. Curious if I can keep the horsepower under control. And that was something I couldn't do on that oh yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Wow. That's cool. That was something I couldn't do on the Magnus. You could not find an easy way to spin up a hill. So this is awesome for recovery rides. And the funny thing is, like, when you want to sit down and do a recovery ride, you don't want to do that in a workout more than likely. So you're going to do what I'm doing here and just ride the course, do your own thing. But with the wheel on trainer, you can't really control that. See you, John? I mean, you can within some degree, but not enough. So I am finding the Hammer H3 to be much more forgiving or much more, I should say, responsive to gear changes, which is nice. All right. Okay. Let's get a big gear. Okay, there's a big fat gear. Now that 3.2 watts, 3.3 watts, that is a totally different experience on this trainer. There's no way that I could be talking on my old trainer. Ah, man, time flies. Oh, downhill. All right, let's try downhill. Okay. Okay. Oh. Holy cow. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, ouch. Okay. Okay, so how did the sprint feel? That felt good. I felt like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you get up on the wheel on trainer, I guess for sprinting, it's actually a little bit nice because that resistance is more like hitting a wall to get pop. But then once you pop through that, you do want it to sort of level out more than it used to. So it was hard to do a hard sprint and then another 20 seconds afterwards of relatively hard riding. That was difficult. So that sprint felt much more realistic. I shouldn't say it felt more realistic, it just felt more even keeled. I guess I'd say that. I'm going to try stopping on a hill. 5% upgrade. Alright, cuts out really quick. The power, which is good. That's a good thing, sorry. So when it stops, I should say when you stop, the resistance cuts quickly. Okay guys, I think that's all we're going to do today. I'm going to ride another 5 minutes or so, but I'll cut off the live stream. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to get my first reactions to the trainer live. I'll do a video wrap up with more thoughts, but Yeah, that's a lot of it there. I gotta say, I really like how much quieter it is. Selfishly, it's awesome. I think I can listen to music without having to make myself deaf, without bugging the family upstairs. So, good stuff. Alright, if you like what I had to say today, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment. This video should, if I do it correctly, should stay active, so you can ask questions or leave comments after the fact as well. Don't feel bad about that. And please do subscribe to the channel. And if you get a chance to go back and watch the Train Like a Pro week that I just finished, start with video 1 and work your way through. That's pretty cool. So, okay friends, that's all I got. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all your love and support. Bye-bye.